Ida Louise Anderson was the extraordinary professor who mentored Edward R. Murrow and changed broadcast news forever.
And I told him that I would love to find someone, maybe someone who had fought adversity, maybe a woman or someone who had other challenges, who really would be an inspiration to future Cougs and current Cougs. And he did not hesitate. He said, Ida Lou Anderson.
Polio struck Ida Lou at 9. For a brief moment, it seemed as though the relentless pain from the shriveled legs, the double curving spine, and the visitations to doctors and sanatoriums would break her indomitable spirit. But Ida Lou's resolve and character were stronger than her pain. Her mother bemoaned her keen mind, which would not let her be content to sit quietly at home.
You know, one of the reasons why Ida Lou was such a perfect person to highlight in naming this house was the struggles that she faced, that many of our students and faculty and staff face today, especially after the past 3 years. So she did not have any of this handed to her. We're not honoring someone who had all of the advantages in the world and was able to shine, but someone who really was able to shine through and persevere through so many challenges that she faced.
She finished high school in 3 years, went to Washington State College, graduated in speech, became a beloved professor at WSU, and tirelessly mentored hundreds of students in broadcasting.
We hear stories about students going to her family home in Colfax. There was never a break between classes because she would just get flooded with different requests. And we have here in the library archives letters that she's written to former students where those sort of mentoring relationships continued on well after their graduation.
When women see other women who have done something, reached a certain position, or really more importantly are leading in whatever way that means, it provides an inspiration that you believe like you can see yourself. And I had that in my past. You know, I had a woman dean who not only was inspirational to me and had a leadership style that I could really relate to and respected, but she said to me, you know, if you want to be a dean or a provost or a chancellor someday, you could do that. You may not, you have to decide if you want to do that, but I believe in you, and that makes a big difference.
Ida Lou's freshman year was a traumatic period. She routinely felt alone and ostracized by her peers. One Friday night, a distraught Ida Lou wept, clinging to her closet doors until the urge to quit college had passed. Opportunities opened up for Ida Lou when drama professor Nathaniel E. Reed saw Ida's talent and potential and mentored her.
In one sense, she really couldn't participate fully. In another sense, she could completely participate fully. And she really blossomed as a result of his response to her limitations.
Edward R. Murrow was one of her favorite students, and Ida Lou was Murrow's muse. Initially a business administration student, Murrow quickly changed to speech after taking Ida Lou's class. Students on campus regularly saw the 4-foot Ida Lou and the 6'2" Murrow carrying Ida Lou's books, deep in conversation.
In the Murrow College, we often talk about Murrow's courage, ethics, and professional excellence. And that started with Ida Lou Anderson at the end of the day. It's just a remarkable story in my mind.
When Murrow became responsible for all CBS European news during World War II, Ida Lou suggested he pause in his now world-famous sign-on, "This is London."
When it came time for his broadcast, she turned down the lights in the room. She made sure like nobody said anything, everyone was perfectly still, and she listened with an intense concentration to every word, every phrase, every nuance of his broadcast.
Forced to retire from her beloved position at WSC due to debilitating pain, Ida Lou Anderson died before her 41st birthday.
This June, we're going to have a dedication ceremony where her great nephew is going to come from California You know, I think about her a lot. I think it's makes me happy to think about how she would feel about that. She didn't seem to be someone who liked the limelight herself, so she may have been a little embarrassed about it, but I hope she also would have been tickled.